Good morning, internet. Right, Tuesday morning, the 12th of September. Now, today was forecast thunderstorms, but it looks pretty good. So hopefully we're going to have another dry day. Had a decent night's sleep last night, which is always a bonus, and a good cup of coffee. Now, it's already 17 minutes past 10, but I'm in no rush today because I haven't got a big day planned. What we're going to do today is we're going to go over and we're going to see a German cemetery, because I think that's very important. Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, these were young lads sent to war. They probably didn't want to fight, you know, and they deserve the same respect as anybody else. So I'm going to finish my coffee, get the bike ready, no big rush, and I'll catch you on the road. See you in a bit. Yeah. Good morning, internet. So, ready to rock and roll, as they say, and off to the German cemetery. Oh, that's when we get out of here, like. So the weather today looks, well, it looks okay. Hopefully we won't get none of that nasty rain, and the thunderstorms that they forecast, well, it would appear that they'd well and truly gone. Just watch this turn in here, it's a bit dodgy. So it's telling me to turn this way now. The old tripper. Right, there we go. Or off to we jolly well go. So hopefully, like I said, the rain will stay away. And it's about an hour's ride, I think, roughly, to this place. So obviously you don't want to come all the way for me. The first bits aren't too good. I mean, they're not horrendous, but nothing particularly or wildly interesting. So what I'll do is, my tripper seems to be going left, right, and I think it gets a bit lost, you know, when it comes out of that campsite. I really do. It's telling me to turn 90 metres, turn. Which is here. I think it did the same yesterday with this, you know. I'm sure. I'm sure it likes to take me around a local neighbourhood just to show me what's what. Because every time we come out of that campsite, this is where it sort of brings me. Very, very strange. To say the least. Okay. We'll just wait. Shall I switch you off? We'll just wait to get out of this little bit. See if the tripper can make its mind up. Why it does this, I really don't know. It seems every time I come out the campsite, it throws a wobbler, and then when it actually sorts itself out, it seems fine. Still, never mind, eh? We're in no rush. What's the time anyway? Right, the time is 20 to 12, so I haven't rushed at all this morning, and the temperature, according to the trusty old Himalayan, is 23 degrees, so about 19, which is fine. Huh? Absolutely fine.
Well, it obviously knows where, you know, it's got me. There's no two ways about that one. Now it's telling me to go down here this time. Oh dear. I do. Do you know? I met a couple of English bikers on the site this morning. They'd done an overnighter, and the one had got a Himalayan, and he said the same thing. He loves the Tripper, you know, uses it all the time. But he did say they do some strange and wonderful things at times, you know. Anyway, not to worry. I'll tell you what, look at that, how that road ends there, eh? Deary me, you wouldn't want to come off there, would you? Well, not come off, but you know what I mean. Just ride a bit too close. Imagine that of a night time. I mean, I know I don't like riding around main roads, but it would be nice. It would be nice to go in some form of road where you think, yeah, this is the way now. Or maybe it's just, what's the matter with the scenic view, eh? Nothing at all. Okay. Well, we seem to be back on some sort of road. Eh? Sort of. There's the old postman or lady, not too sure why, turning down my way. Okay, well, we seem to have got more or less where we're going, so I'm going to catch you later, yeah? See you in a bit.
Okay, so we have arrived at the location. Unfortunately, I had to take the cameras off, so there's nothing of the actual ride here because the heavens absolutely threw it down, opened up. So yeah, there's the old bike again. That's what he says, trying to keep it clean. Bit more mud on it, look, eh? Oh, I don't know, but still, never mind. Right, so here we are. This is the German cemetery here. And compare it to the American, or you know, the British memorial, or even the British cemetery. They're always very low key, and you sort of think, say to yourself, well, you know, they lost the war, and you know, Germany started the war. But even so, these people, these young lads, and they were young lads, huh? Look at that there, look, huh? You know, probably most of these didn't even want to fight themselves, but it's always very low key, their cemeteries. And I suppose, you know, maybe, I'm sort of guessing here, but maybe if they did a big pomp and ceremony thing, it wouldn't have gone down too well at the time, you know. But again, you know, look at this, rows and rows and rows. I mean, it just all over there. There are several of these German cemeteries dotted around. I mean, this is, you know, this is just a sort of average. They all tend to be the same. They all look the same, you know. As a cemetery should be, you know, very peaceful. I mean, it goes all the way down there. Look at it, row after row after row. But a beautiful place, calm, you know, it's respectful, and that's exactly what it should be. It doesn't matter if they're German or whatever nationality they are. They did their job. They probably didn't want to do it, most of these. They're young men, you know. And, yeah, they deserve to be honoured and respected just the same as anybody else. At the end of the day, let's face it, it's the politicians that went to war back in those days. The men were just the pawns and didn't particularly have much say in it, did they? But yeah, so I'm just wondering now, where am I going to go next? Because this weather, yeah, look, okay, it's not raining at the moment. It's annoying when I have to take off the cameras because, you know, part of this is riding the bike, and yeah, it is really annoying when you have to take the cameras off and stop and put all the wet gear on and everything else. Just trying to think what this little bit is up here. I'm going to go and have a quick look, shall we? I don't know if there's, like I said, compared to the American cemetery, you know, I mean, that is like, everything's there, you know, pomp and symmetry, you know the word I'm trying to say, to its full. But yeah, oh, it's just a toilet block, I think, there. Yeah, just for the public when they come to pay their respects. Okay, so that's it then. Like I said, there are a few of these, the German cemeteries dotted round this area, but they all look the same, you know. It doesn't matter how many times that I come to these places, I always get filled with this, you know, this sort of emotion, if you like, thinking what happened all these years ago. And the candles lit there, look, huh? (1939 to 1945). Gives you all the layout, look, and all the numbers of the graves and all the blocks. I presume this is a little visitor's book. Nothing flash, but just enough just to honour these people here. Okay. Right, well, there you go then. That's it for that one. Have a quick look at what it says here, eh? This military cemetery for the war dead from the Second World War was developed by the Volksbund between 1958 and 1961 on behalf of the German government. So it says you have to rely on donations and contributions for the maintenance and care of the site. After the Allied landing on the 6th of June 1944 in Normandy, the German and American soldiers killed in fighting as the American troops advanced in the direction of Cherbourg were buried in a small village of Orglands. After 1945, the American burial service transferred the American dead to St. Lawrence-sur-Mer. The German burial field remained here. with 7,358 war dead. Afterwards, the French burial service transferred other German war dead to this cemetery, having previously been buried in field graves and smaller sites. More than 10,150 dead have now been given their final resting place here. The site was inaugurated on the 20th of September 1961. The dead of this cemetery are managed to peace. 10,150. Okay, right, that's that one done. I will see you in our next destination.
Okay, so we have the cameras back on, and we also have the automatic visor working. Now hopefully that will be the end of the rain, but you never know, eh? It was a real downpour, yeah. And this is the trouble, you know, like, well, not the trouble, because it's what I enjoy doing, but you have to get everything in quick. Stop, obviously the cameras are going to come first, you know. I get wet, but you know, such is life, eh? But yeah, like I've said before, GoPros are waterproof, but not when you got the mics on. So it's just one of them there things, in it, eh? Right, so we are heading now to the American cemetery, which is about an hour away, roughly, possibly just over an hour away. Just looking at the kilometres I've done since leaving home, 646. So, you know, not bad, eh? And yeah, apart from the bike being a bit dirty, so far it's all right. I'm listening to her talking to me, telling where I'm going. Yeah, so far I'm pleased with the way the bike's run. I've oiled the chain a couple of times, even checked the tyre pressures this morning. Everything's sorted and fine. Yeah, so what can I say? I mean, this is fine, you know. If it'd just stay like this, then fine, no problem at all, eh? You know. But this rain, it's just, oh, I hate the rain. I absolutely hate the rain. I really do. But part and parcel of life of being on a motorcycle. There we go. It's actually, that sun now is quite warm, you know. So at least it's going to dry me. Well, I'm not particularly wet. I'm just, you just get splattered in or sprayed in mud, because of course this time of the year, you know, the farmers are doing all the fields and everything else. Mind you, believe you me, I've seen it a lot worse than this. I really have. But yeah, there you go. So the German cemetery, I always, you know, I always feel sorry in a way. I don't know, as I went in, well, just before I got all the cameras set up and that, there was an English guy there on a motorcycle, and he's sort of, he's doing the same thing, you know. He's going round looking at the different sites and that, and he looked at me and he said, oh, you know, how come you've come to this one? He said, because they're German. Well, I thought to myself, well, you're here, but still. And I said, well, they might be German, but at the end of the day, they're human. That's what makes all this world. So, you know, it doesn't matter what you are, what race you are, what colour you are. You are a person, and you know, you still should get the same respect as anybody else. It wasn't their fault, was it? They're just young lads sent to war. I love some of these little villages, and you know, they all have a church. They all have a church. No matter how big the village is, it's got a church. When I was coming up here, before I got to the German cemetery, I mean, the rain was hammering it down, and all the phone signal just went, you know. And of course, the trouble is with that, when the phone signal goes, you know, because I use like Google Maps or the Tripper, which is still the same, it's still Google Maps, it just shut down. which isn't the bestest thing out. Not when you think, oh, where am I? But then it found itself again, and you know, actually it's a bit crazy, really. I suppose what I should do, when you think about it, is I should bring the sat nav. I mean, whoa, hey, let's go on the wrong side of the road, shall we? I should bring the sat nav, because the brackets here, you know, it's all whoops a daisy. That took me by surprise, that one. Too much talking again. You know, the sat nav, it's all wired in, so really speaking, I don't know why I don't bring it with me, and sort of, even if it's a backup, you know, you forget how tight these little back roads are, you know, and if you're not careful, you know, like that guy, you know, I mean, okay, he was sort of on the wrong side of the road, but obviously not on purpose, but it was like me with that corner there, you know, they creep up on you, and you have to pay a bit of attention, yeah, otherwise you can find yourself into some serious aggravation, like becoming part of the hedgerow, which isn't good, or gravel on the road. Whoops, oh, hey, better slide it on the back wheel there. Well, this is a cute little road that it's bringing me up. Do you know what? I know they say that the Tripper uses uses Google Maps, but I'm pretty sure it uses the maps that Google don't bother with anymore. Mind you do see a different, you know, you go to some different places. Well, I'm hoping now, looking at the skies, that it ain't going to rain anymore, and that would make me a happy bunny. You know, it really would. Hopefully it will stay that way. Another nobody knows whose right away it is. Well, it's I mean, this sunshine is really nice, and at least it dries everything out. Dries the roads up so we don't get covered in mud, although the bike is. I'll tell you what, one of the first things that's going to happen, I think, on Friday, because I leave here on Thursday, so on Friday at some stage, never mind the editing, let's get the bike clean. Oh dear. This is why, and again, you know, we're all entitled to our own opinion, and I take my hat off to the off-roaders, but I could never be an off-roader. I just, no, it just wouldn't happen, you know. I'll be having to carry a bucket of water with me and clean the bike. I mean, they ride and through the most horrendous stuff. Some of the things that, you know, you watch on Itchy Boots, you know, what she puts that poor little bike through, and yeah, I mean, the state of it, oh my god. Although I've got to say, talking about Itchy Boots and her bike, not the one she's doing the things on now, the Ducati, but you know, her own bike, the Honda. I don't think, if I was Honda, I don't think I'd be too impressed. Yes, she does put it through the sticks, there's no two ways about it, you know. But even so, I think it should have stood up better than that. Well, this is very pleasant at the moment, eh? Lovely little ride. See, I'm quite happy when it's not raining. I am. It's just, it's just when you get all this horrible, mind you. He says, looking up above, looks like I could be catching it back up. I don't know. Now the weather forecast for tomorrow and Thursday is sun all day, so it says. So that would be, I mean, that would be nice if I could end it like that, because tomorrow I'm going to, hang on, just bear with me a minute. It's alright, it just, that was really, this is one of these turnings there that are really not that clear, you know. And I thought, does it want me to go this way or not? Let's risk it for the swisket. Yeah, right, so tomorrow I'm going to St Mary Église to meet Pete, and so a nice sunny day would be excellent. And then of course Thursday it's the ride home, you know, so again you're talking six hours. So, you know, I don't particularly want to do 6 hours in the wet. Right, I'm going to join a bit of a motorway thing here, so I'm going to switch you off and I will talk to you when we get to Zimbera Roads.
So, good afternoon internet. So today didn't pan out at all well. Rain and more rain. Soaked, absolutely soaked again. So I did the German cemetery. On the ride down to the American cemetery, I had to stop and just put all the wet gear on, take all the cameras off. When I arrived there, which I did actually get there, it was absolutely hammering down. Everyone was staying in the coaches or trying to take cover. It was a joke. So this my little base camp it's literally 10 minutes up the road from the German cemetery. So yeah, I thought to myself, there's no point sitting on the bike getting soaking wet, so I came back here. I've got all the gear, trying to dry it all out again. So really today's just been, it's been a disastrous day, which is, you come all this way and you think, yep, I mean, I've been here many times before, so no big deal, but it would have been nice to get some really nice videos, but Mother Nature is saying otherwise. Well, we got tomorrow where I'm going up to St Mary's. Hopefully it'll brighten up. It doesn't look, it's brightening up a little bit at the moment, but it doesn't look good. And then Thursday, of course, I'm coming back home Thursday. Anyway, I suppose they say a change is as good as a rest. The only trouble is, though, being here, it's like, well, the good thing about being at home, you can choose when you go out and when you don't go out. And if you don't go out, there's lots of things to keep you occupied. I'm a little bit bored. Anyway, look, I'll just show you the bike. Look, hey, all covered up. As you can see, it's literally in the past 20 minutes just started to brighten up a bit. I hope this is going to continue, and I hope tomorrow is going to be a much better day. Alright, so for now, today, the third day, signing off. Take care, see you in the next one. Bye for now.